and I feel myself just not like bringing overs to the Athens, because you already said everything what I want to say, that I try to just jump from a lot of my slides, because I think that I will really repeat what was already said. Maybe I will start with some kind of a European level, European dimension. It was already discussed here. I don't know how much you are aware, but just the issue of the moving from the institutional care to community-based care becoming also some kind of issue of European Commission already. The Commissioner Spidla, he also visited, I think, at least once or twice Greece, was initiating some kind of group which has named European Expert Group on Tradition of Institutional to Community-Based Care. This group formulated the report and just now prepared guidelines, which are like a leading document for preparation of structural funds 2014-2020 in the field of social and health care. Because what this group, which I was part of, find out that a lot of structural funds in the running period was used for refurbishing of institutions. Just now I'm talking about not only mental health, but also for people with intellectual disability, children, elderly. And it was found out that in fact it is in conflict with the Convention of the Rights of People with Disability, which the Commission is also ratified. And Article 19 clearly says that everybody has a right, everybody and not with any kind of disability has a right to live where he wants, with whom he wants, has a right to consume normal existing services, and has a right to be fully integrated to the community. It means this Article 19 clearly said the institutional care is illegal, and not to provide proper support by country to those to be included to the community is also illegal. That's how we can understand the convention. The Commission is just now preparing the regulation, and in the regulation for the use of the structural funds in the next period, 2014-2020, and there is very clearly said that this money, I mean the hard money for investment and soft money for trainings and stuff has to go in hands. That can't be used for refurbishing institutions, but has to be used for developing inclusive system. We know from the Decalogue study that in the European Union there is at least 1,200,000 people in different kind of institutions, and that's why the European Commission is really starting to deal with these issues quite firmly. And for example, Commissioner Andor will be next week in Serbia, to pushing Serbia to, even it's not a member of European Union yet, but just as a pre-accession process they have to do something with the institution. And that's what this European expert group is just now doing with the, especially with the countries, the new member states, just to have a good plan how to use the structure funds for ODI. And I think that what's going on here is very much in common with a lot of countries, especially new member states. And I think one message, just not to look only on the people with mental health issue. Maybe you can link with the other group, because then the case became much more stronger, and a lot of things which has to be sorted out on the national level is very similar for children in institution, people with intellectual disabilities, and elderly. And that's what I think we quite succeed in the country level, the council level, and in some kind of countries where we are trying to support this national DI platform. I think sometimes we are maybe inventing wheels, and not only with preparation of this this lecture, but many times before, I had to remember maybe 40, it's nearly 40 years ago, maybe more, when I spent quite a lot of time with my grandfather. He was a GP, He was a GP in a small city, small village, South Bohemia. It was, I think, about 5,000 people. And he was a GP responsible for this whole area. He had an old car, traveling all around. And I think it was not only about delivering basic care, but it was just to know the people and to deliver good quality of life, I think so, through some intervention. That I think this is the first principle. He had a clear catchment area. And every Friday, he had a small, there were 4 bands, they have 4 or 5 bands, they have some kind of small orchestra. I think to listen to music was horrible, but they really did a good job, because it was the director of school, it was the vicar, it was my grandfather, and it was a mayor. And they were just playing music, but they sorted out all problems in community. That my grandfather always come up, oh, there is somebody who doesn't have where to live, and maybe the kids are quite cruel to that man who suffer mental health problems, we have to support it. They really sorted out most of the problems. That there was a coordination of social and health planning, orientation of focusing and prioritizing. Yeah, that the resources of the village was limited, but they always decided where and whom to help. And and there were a good cooperation between social, health, education on this small orchestra. Yeah. They had a small, as I remember, and then later on I was just even searching how it works in that village. They create some kind of a small public fund, which could be flexibly used for crisis intervention for the families and so, that they could really helps to everybody to stay where they live and to have some kind of decent quality. I think that I remember about 10 people with just now I will maybe diagnose them like severe psychosis. They were living in the village, they were living in their own houses, or they organized some house for them. Yeah, then I think that it was a clearly issue. First, they need to have housing. Then I think it's important to split the housing and services. First, people need work and housing, and then you can deliver the services. And I think they probably managed not to send anybody to any kind of institution. I'm talking 60s. They were even peak of the institution. For intellectual disability, psychiatric, and I don't have real evidence. But what I remember, they managed that nearly nobody left the city, the village, because there was a strong gatekeeping when they tried to sort it out. Problem where they occur. And I think they had some kind of, even just now we formulated on the human rights issue, but they were quite people with vicar who was there, teacher was there. They share some kind of human values, and I'm talking about the time of totalitarian regime, where the Russian tanks were in the country. But even these men in some kind of remote village, they still keep some kind of human values, and they understood what works. That they have a quite clear monitoring system, I think so. Well, then back to the to today and to the, let's say, national level. We quite a lot discussed there should be a clear political leadership. As I said, in that village there was political leadership. There were these 3 important men which they keep the leadership. We have a problem especially in new member states and here in Greece as well, instability of political representation. Then probably the NGOs and other para-political structures are very important to create some kind of platform which continue with the leadership. But of course, without gaining some level of a political leadership in these fields, it's difficult to really achieve some kind of the comprehensive agreement.